Today we have a Baltimore Ravens fantasy style rebuild. All right, the Ravens are good. They're an 81 overall. They have some very, very good pieces on their team, of course. But there's definitely still some room to improve, and we're going to try to do that as well as possible and see how good we can actually make this team. So let's begin by going over the starting roster. Of course, at quarterback, they have Lamar Jackson, superstar X Factor. Lamar Jackson is just insane. Very, very athletic. 96 speed, 96 acceleration, 95 agility, just unreal athleticism. A good arm as well. Contrary to what Twitter says all the time, you know, he's a good quarterback. He can throw the football well. He can also run the ball almost better than anyone else in the entire league. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is going to be this team's starting quarterback this whole time. At running back, we have a pretty decent group of players, but J.K. Dobbins will be the #1 back. He's kind of battling an injury right now in real life. Not sure how well he's going to come back from that injury. We'll have to see, of course, but he will be the #1 back for me in this rebuild. He's an 81 overall, still young, has a ton of potential. Rashad Bateman is the #1 receiver. Like me some Rashad Bateman, another very young player, 77 overall, 22 years old. He's a solid #1 receiver. I don't know if I'm going to go out and trade for a receiver this first season. I kind of want to, just to get this team as good as possible, but I also kind of want to draft one. I think I might go with the latter there and just, you know, see what kind of draft prospects we have. Or alternatively, I could look at the draft class, see if the receivers look decent right now, and then try to trade for somebody if they don't look good. Not sure what I'll do just yet. We got Devin Duvernay down here as the wide receiver 3. He could play the slot for us. I also might just have Rashad Bateman play there, just to get him as involved as possible. Demarcus Robinson also on the team. He's not terrible, but he's 27, normal dev. Not much of a future, I think, as a Raven, at least in this rebuild here. On the offensive line, we got Ronnie Stanley. Very good left tackle. Superstar dev, 90 overall. He's fine. He'll stay here probably this whole time. Got some rookies as well. Tyler Linderbaum, going to be our rookie starting center. 74 overall for him, hidden dev trait. Very good interior O-lineman. And then we have Daniel Faalele. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but he is huge. He's 6'8", 380. This is a big man right here. He's going to start at right tackle. We're going to try to develop him throughout this rebuild. Hopefully we can do that. Mark Andrews then, the true #1 option I'd imagine for this team. 94 overall. He's just one of the best tight ends in all of football. Incredibly sure-handed, fast enough to get the job done. Mark Andrews, super, super good on this offense. Defensively then, got a couple other rookies. A lot of hidden development traits on this team for, this rookie class. Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. 88 speed, 86 acceleration, 83 hit power. Not a bad player. He fell down draft boards a little bit throughout the course, of the offseason and stuff, but Kyle Hamilton should be very good for us here. We also got Ojabo, rookie edge rusher out of Michigan. Gonna try to get him starting from day one. Should be pretty easy to do. I'm sure I can have him starting over Justin Houston. We'll probably get rid of Houston here. But yeah, we're going to have a very young pass rushing duo. Adafe Owe, the other pass rusher. Rookie last year out of Penn State. Very, very athletic player once again. So actually a very good looking edge rushing duo, at least for the future. They're both so young. Let's stick with the linebackers for a second. Patrick Queen, the #1 middle linebacker. Another really young player. A lot of youth on this team, really. So a ton of room for these guys to develop. 87 speed, 88 pursuit, 89 acceleration, 75 overall with that star dev. Hopefully that goes up. Linebackers go up pretty easily, I feel like, so it'd be nice if he could be a superstar at the end of the year. Moving up to the secondary, Marcus Williams, the free safety for this team. 86 overall, star dev. He should be fine starting at free safety this whole time. Chuck Clark, he had strong safety, but we already talked about Kyle Hamilton. He will be starting above him. Cornerbacks, we have Marlon Humphrey. Very good #1 corner, one of the best corners in the entire league. He has 92 man, 89 zone, 95 press right now. He's super good. Marlon Humphrey will be the #1 corner on this team for a very long time. Marcus Peters, a solid #2. And then we got Kyle Fuller at the #3 option. He might be traded because he is already 30 years old and he's only an 80 overall. I think we can get some value for him at the moment, so he might be a player we ship off. Now, the interior of the D-line, we got Calais Campbell, Michael Pierce, and Justin Madubuike. I don't actually know how to pronounce his last name. If I'm being honest, I probably butchered a couple last names here, but I'm trying my best. But another young player with star dev. There's just a ton of these guys on this team. which actually makes them a very fun team to rebuild. They're already good, right? They definitely are, but it still should be fun to see how these younger guys develop over the course of this video. Now we are in week 1, so that means we can take a quick look at the prospects. Let me see what the receivers are looking like here. I would like to draft one. There are 3 guys with like round 1 talent. Well, 2 with round 1, 1 with round 1 to 2. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to draft a receiver or not. We still could, I guess, if we trade for one. I guess it's not completely out of possibilities, but I don't really know if there's going to be a guy here that just completely blows me away. Now, of course, this is fantasy style. I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Anything goes. I can trade anyone I want. I could trade Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to, but it is possible. All right, so anything that the game allows me to do, I will be doing. First trade here is going to be Kenyon Drake, Demarcus Robinson, and Morgan Moses going to the Tennessee Titans for their first round draft pick. I'm gonna be taking one more draft pick here, this one within the division. Mike Davis, Juwan James, and Justin Houston are heading to Cincinnati. I will be grabbing a receiver this year. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys. Kyle Fuller, Tyler Huntley, and a second next year are going to Dallas. I think this might be my final trade, but we got Tyus Bowser, Chuck Clark, and Gus Edwards to the Patriots for a future first round selection. I definitely made a lot of trades. That's probably more than I usually make, but the Ravens have a lot of trade value on their team. And this will be the final roster for the first season. 83 overall, 83 offense, 83 defense. I think we fixed one of the biggest holes, I guess, on the entire team. There's not many holes on this team in general, right? They're very good, but they definitely needed help at wide receiver. Rashad Bateman's good. Devin Duvernay is fine, but your number one receiver being a 77 isn't fantastic. Maybe he'll go up throughout the season, of course, since he'll get a lot of time to shine in real life at this, number one receiver position. But at this point in the game, receiver's a pretty big hole for them, so CeeDee Lamb fills that hole massively. We're going to have Tyler Linderbaum move to left guard. I'm sure he can do that just fine. And then the rest of the offense relatively unchanged. Defensively then, not too many differences over here. We kind of just got rid of some backups. I think we did a pretty good job at turning those backups into draft picks that we can, use to make this team good for the future. So that'll be the roster. Hopefully this team plays well. I'm not expecting to do poorly this year. The Ravens are not a team you would expect to tank with, so hopefully we can have a good record this year. Our tier 3 scout is going to be a D-end D-tackle scout. We got Calais Campbell playing on the D-line. He'll probably retire soon, so I'm sure we're going to have to replace him after this season. Our tier 2 scout, I'm thinking either corner or linebacker, like inside linebacker. I could maybe use a corner. We might move on from Marcus Peters in the near future because he's getting kind of old as well. And also middle linebacker, we kind of just need some linebackers to play on this team. There's no corner or middle linebacker tier 2 scout, at least I didn't see one, so we're going to go with a cornerback receiver scout, Doug Baldwin. I feel like I hire him all the time. We're going to have a tier 1 middle linebacker scout, and we need one more tier 1 scout. I'm thinking either D-end or D-tackle, so let's try to find that same scout again. The same like tier 3 scout we have. Right here, we got Salvador Ortega. So the plan is the tier 3 scout will either be D-end, D-tackle. That tier 1 scout we just signed will be the other one. Tier 2 scout will probably be corner. Then we have a receiver and a middle linebacker tier 1 scout. That sounds good to me. The team right now is 3-4. In second place, we're tied with the Browns. We actually just beat them though. That's cool. 4-3 for the Bengals, 2-5 for the Steelers. Who needs to come back to the team though at week 8? This is gonna be a tough game against the Bucks. I hope we can win. Oh yeah, Lamar Jackson needs a contract. That's gonna be tough. He has a lot of re-sign interest, so I do want him back. Like, we definitely want to bring him back to the team, but oh my god, look at that contract. I'm gonna make the offer. He's coming back to the team. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. Marcus Peters, I don't know if I'm gonna bring him back to the team. He's pretty decent. He has like no interest in re-signing though. So I think we might just let him walk. I'll come back to that at the end of the season. Let's see how well he's playing first. Let's check it out. Did we make the playoffs this first season? We did not. We finished 8-9. 13-4 for the Bengals, 9-8 for the Browns. We just lost last week as well. That sucks. 3-14 down there for the Steelers. Let's check out the stats though. Lamar Jackson was really bad. Nice. We might have to change the playbook. I went with the Ravens playbook just to see what kind of stats it would provide, and Lamar Jackson was pretty bad through the air with it. Did he run the ball well? Yeah, he had 828 rushing yards. That's cool. J.K. Dobbins ran the ball really well, 14 touchdowns. We just cannot do much through the air, I guess. Yeah, no 1,000-yard receiver. That makes sense. Rashad Bateman was the closest, though. Not many sacks allowed. I mean, I'll take that. 126 tackles for Patrick Queen, 109 for Josh Bynes. We have 12 tackles for loss for Owe and Calais Campbell. 7 sacks for Owe, 6.5 for Campbell. 2 picks for Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, and Marcus Williams. 1 for Patrick Queen, Josh Bynes, and Kyle Hamilton. 27th in the NFL on offense. A lot of that, I feel like, is our rushing yards and stuff. 14th on defense, then. MVP is Jalen Hurts. All right. Nobody from the Ravens. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Joe Mixon. No one from the Ravens on this list. Defensive Player of the Year. No one from the Ravens. Offensive Rookie of the Year. No Ravens. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year. At least we got a Jabo at number 3. I'll take that. And Kyle Hamilton at number 7. Could have been worse, I suppose. But I think we need a playbook change. Like, I'm tired of running the Buccaneers offensive playbook every single rebuild, but I think I have to do it again. It's just so good. I mean, maybe we try the Chiefs out this year. The Chiefs are usually really good as well. I just can't tell if that's because of their playbook or because of Patrick Mahomes. It's really difficult to tell that. Speaking of the Chiefs, they are in the Super Bowl against the 49ers. Let's simulate by Super Bowl rematch here. The winner, the Chiefs, once again. Let's go ahead and check out these development trait upgrades, if there are any at all. Lamar Jackson I actually thought could have went down. Happy he did it, but I wouldn't have been too surprised, honestly. I don't think there's any improvements on the offense, and I feel like the same on the defense here. At least I don't think anyone went down in dev trait. At least I didn't notice anyone go down. But let's hop into the first offseason, where we might not have like any money to spend, which will be a problem because I do want to make this team a little bit better in free agency and stuff. But let me check out the players I have to bring back to the team first. Now Marcus Peters is here again. He's an 84 overall. I don't think I actually want him. We have $67 million. We can actually spend some money. So let's target a corner in free agency, I think. Before I check out the free agents, though, I want to look at the prospects. I want to see what kind of corners we're looking at in this class and just a couple other positions, just to see if I should really target those positions, you know, in free agency. I definitely think we go ahead and sign a corner. The class isn't looking too enticing at that position. Tom Brady's a free agent, so is Odell, Kareem Hunt, James Robinson, Jordan Poyer. Jermaine Edmonds would actually be really cool in this team. But let me check out cornerbacks. Of course, we got Marcus Peters. He's the top corner. Jamel Dean, though, is pretty good. I want someone younger to have on this team for a while. Greedy Williams is solid, but I just got him a little bit ago, so I probably shouldn't go out and sign him again. I'm going to go after either Jamel Dean or Sean Murphy Bunting. Let's go after Murphy Bunting, just because there's 0 teams interested in him. So might have a decent shot at actually getting him right away. There's honestly not too much more I want. So let me actually just simulate by. We got Sean Murphy Bunting. Okay, that's kind of all I could have asked for with that free agency period. Let's talk about 5th-year options. CeeDee Lamb. I am going to grant this 5th-year option just because I don't know how much money we're going to have next year. So if I can guarantee CeeDee Lamb on the team for at least 1 more season, I will take that. Another 5th-year option here as well, Patrick Queen. He's a guy I'd be okay denying. I don't mind bringing him back next year if we have the money. But he's not absolutely necessary, I think, to this team. Whereas CeeDee Lamb I thought was. Let's go ahead then and start the NFL draft. We have a bunch of draft picks, but we don't pick until number 15. Sadly, I do think we're going to have to trade up to pick number 1. But here we go. Let's give it a shot. We have a lot of draft picks. We should be able to do this. We are giving the Lions pick number 15 and 47 this year, along with a 4th next year for the 1st overall pick. I really wanted to try to keep number 15, but I just don't think it was possible. So with pick number 1, we're going to take a D tackle. I want to point out another player first, though. Zach James. I think Zach James actually has potential of being, like, generational. He looks really, really good. I just don't want to pick a running back number 1 overall when we have J.K. Dobbins, who just had a good season. He might actually end up being a generational talent, and if I had 2 top 5 picks, I would take him, but I just can't take him right now. 4.35 speed. He ran a 4.29 at his pro day. He looks so good. But Evan Cooper is going to be the selection. He has A finesse, A power, A tackling with elite speed and good strength. Doesn't get much better than this. He actually is the strongest D tackle, it looks like, based on his bench press. So honestly, it really does not get much better. Evan Cooper, hidden dev trait, 89 strength, but he has 78 speed, 85 acceleration, 77 agility. Looks like a very good player wearing an amazing number. No, I just went to the end of the draft. Ah, my God, I went to go to my next pick. I had a couple guys on my draft board for sure. I just hope they don't suck, man. Well, at least we got one really good player. That sucks so much ass, man. We had 2 more first-round draft picks. I really wanted to take both of them, obviously. Shit. All right, well, that's tough. We got an 81 overall D tackle. Oh my God, this guy's really good. That is amazing. Not sure if he's generational. Oh, he might. He has 96 hit power. He might be a generational guy. He has 84 power moves as well. Sick. Okay, that guy's really good. And I mean, at least the computer got me a 75 and a 73. Could have been worse. Normal dev only for this guy, but he can probably play middle linebacker for us. I wanted to target a linebacker in this class. I'm not sure I would have been able to do better, so I guess I'll take him. And then we have a defensive end. Ben Albert, I don't really want this guy, like, at all. He might be a dude we trade, if I'm being honest here. That really sucks. I'm not sure what I would have drafted there, but I would have at least liked the opportunity. We kind of do need another corner, I guess. We need, like, a third corner on this team. So maybe Albert can become a cornerback, you know, via trade. But let's check out the entire NFL. Where did this running back go? He's an 84. I was right. He is generational, I think. He looks so good. I saw it from the beginning. I just couldn't justify taking a running back that high. He really cannot catch, though. My God. But really good runner. Let's go ahead and check out his development trait. Yay, Superstar X Factor. Okay, he's a generational guy. Is there a chance that there's 2 generational guys in this class? We actually could have gotten them both, too. What a title that would have been. I drafted 2 generational talents in the same draft. There are 2 very fast receivers here, one with 99 speed. That's always cool. All right, well, there was an outside linebacker I wanted to take. It's Jeremy Slate. He went at pick number 18. Hidden dev trait, though. This is why I really wanted to keep pick number 15. I figured maybe could have got him there. But then after Slate, there was still another left outside linebacker who looked good. Would I have been able to get him? I would have been able to, but instead we took Ben Albert. I wanted Jimmy Hughes. Hidden dev. Oh, God, that's going to pain me. Just be star. Please just be star. Okay, thank you. At least it's only star. That's still tough, though. The trade we're going to make is Albert, Nick Boyle, and a 7th next year for Asante Samuel Jr. and a 2nd round draft pick for this draft. I just realized there are 2 more rookies I didn't talk about when I was going over the team who also had, like, star dev. This team had so many star dev rookies on it. That's ridiculous. We have Jones here at D-end. I don't think he's up to star dev. That's kind of unlikely. Speaking of unlikely, we got Isaiah Likely down here as well with star dev. So that's just kind of cool. This team has a lot of players with star dev trait, like when you first look at the roster. This will be the team then for year 2. 84 offense, 84 defense, 84 overall. Nothing's really different on the offensive side. I think the only thing we actually have to change is the playbook, and this side of the ball should be playing a lot better then. On the defense, we have a new D-end, Cooper, 83 overall right now with his little boost. He actually looks incredible. We're going to have McDowell be the number 2 middle linebacker. He was the outside linebacker the computer took for me. I don't mind that draft pick as much. I might have actually taken him myself if I were selecting then. Just sad he only has normal dev. Asante Samuel Jr., of course, is the number 3 corner on the team now. Also, we got Sean Murphy Bunting as the number 2 corner. I'm liking what this team looks like. Hopefully with a playbook change, they play a lot better. Also got ourselves a training camp standout here. Who's this going to be for? Adafe Owe. That's pretty cool. Let's go tackling. The team is 3-4 right now, along with 2 others in this division. 5-1 for the Browns, and we have a breakout linebacker. Who is this for? Adafe Owe. He could go up to superstar dev. He was not able to continue his like camp standout stuff and go up in dev that way. So it'd be nice if we could actually get him up in dev right now. But let me check out the team. I want to see what this defensive tackle's development trade is. Is he a superstar X Factor? He is. This draft class had 2 generational talents in it. That's ridiculous. I wish we could have gotten them both, but I think we made the right call going with the D tackle. That guy is so good. That's one of the better players I think I've drafted in this year so far. Patrick Queen will be here. I think we know that. J.K. Dobbins is as well, and this is probably why he always hits free agency, because he has no re-sign interest. Patrick Queen is here, like I said. Matt Abuik is here. Devin Duvernay, he's not bad. Who do I want to bring back out of this group of players, though? I kind of want them all back. Not sure if that's going to be possible, though. He wants a warm weather state. That's the problem with J.K. Dobbins, apparently. So let's go player friendly here. Maybe it'll work. He is coming back to the team. Okay, I'll take that. I'll definitely take J.K. Dobbins on this team long term. Patrick Queen kind of has the same issues. He wants a mentor at his position as well. Let's go player friendly once more. He's coming back to the team. Okay, let's kind of just keep going player friendly, I think, with these guys, because I want them all back on the team for sure. Gonna spend more money this way, but I think it's okay. Well, Madden doesn't want to join back. Maybe he's one guy we let walk, but at least we got the other two players. Kevin Zeitler's also not that bad, but I don't think I want him back on the team. Let's see, did we get OA up in dev trait? No, we didn't. That sucks. Superstar would have been huge for him right there. The season was looking kind of promising, and it's gonna end promising. We actually end on top of the division. 12-5 for the record. We have to take on the Raiders in the first round of the playoffs. Let's check out these stats, though. Jacoby Brissett going to lead the league in passing yards. You know, naturally, that happens. Lamar Jackson, though, 4,800 yards, 43 touchdowns, 8 picks. It's honestly just bonkers what a different playbook does. Just such a better season. It's insane. J.K. Dobbins, 14 touchdowns, only 3.6 yards per carry, but that's a solid year. You know, Lamar not doing anything on the ground. I just hate how important playbooks are sometimes in simulation. It's insane. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb was incredible. So was Mark Andrews, getting 16 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, super good, over 100 catches. Devin Duvernay, solid. He got 7 touchdowns there. Sacks allowed, really not many. Great offensive line. Defensively, 128 tackles for Patrick Queen. We have 20 tackles for loss for Ajabo. 20 for Odafe Owe as well. 9 sacks for him. 8 for rookie Evan Cooper. 7 picks for Marlon Humphrey, 6 for Kyle Hamilton, 2 for Patrick Queen, Asante Samuel Jr., Marcus Williams, and Malik Harrison, 1 for Hunter McDowell, their rookie, Darryl Worley, and Sean Murphy Bunting. This team was 20th on offense. I feel like we actually weren't that bad on offense, but it's all right. And then 28th on defense. I mean, that's both in terms of yardage, so it's whatever. Russell Wilson gonna win MVP, but Lamar Jackson at number 2. That would have been huge, but it's all right. Taylor Heineke at number 9. That's not a player you see often up there. Jonathan Taylor, Offensive Player of the Year. We do have CeeDee Lamb, though, at number 6. Lamar Jackson at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year. No one from the Ravens. Joey Bosa going to win it. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Matthew Hunt. Zach James, the running back, at an 88 overall, does not win it. I think Hunt's a quarterback, though, so that makes sense. Joshua Stallworth, I guess, at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Ben Albert. Look at that, the guy we traded. Evan Cooper, though, at number 2. Hunter McDowell at number 3. No one else from our team here. But you know what? That was a good season. Those guys played well. Some of the rookies, you know, doing their own thing. What is this weak link press conference thing? I've actually not seen this before. You find yourself in the playoffs despite fielding a defensive unit near the bottom of the league. Ah, all right. I'm just going to click one of these. It doesn't really matter. I'm simming the game anyway. So, let's see if we can take down the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me just get a playoff win. I think this team's definitely capable of it. And we will win, 42-34. What a shootout. To go up against the Broncos now. Let's simulate by. I don't really care too much about the press conference stuff. Can we beat the Broncos? We can. And we have to take on divisional rival Bengals. It's a Blizzard game as well. That'd be a fun one to actually play. Let's hop to the Super Bowl, see if we are in it with the Baltimore Ravens. We are not in the Super Bowl. We're going to get taken down by the Bengals. Falcons, Bengals, Super Bowl 58. Who's going to win? The Bengals, 28-24. That's tough. Definitely tough that we ended up losing to the Bengals there. All good, though. I think that was definitely a successful season. I'll take that for sure. Let's check out the development trait upgrades. There has to be a couple. CeeDee Lamb might be up to X Factor. That would be huge. He is up to Superstar X Factor. Love to see that. Don't think anyone else on the offense is up. And then defensively, looking at Kyle Hamilton, he's up. So is Marlon Humphrey. So is Asante Samuel Jr. and Odafe Owe. We got a lot of improvements on this defense. Just in general on this team, we got a lot of improvements. Team is looking super good heading into year 3. I guess year 2 offseason. But the team is looking nice. So anyone who I want to bring back to the team. Let's see how much money we actually have first. We have $50 million. We don't need to bring anyone back here. I think we can probably fill all the gaps in free agency. Or the draft, because we still have a couple draft picks as well. So Madden, he's solid, but I think I want to move on. But let's hop into free agency. And we need an offensive lineman. I see Tristan Wirfs, but I get him all the time. I don't know if I'm going to get him here. We could go all out here with Justin Jefferson as well. That would be fun, because we kind of do need a receiver. Could do it. Who knows? He has a lot of interest in joining this team as well. 0 teams interested? I think we might just be really dumb. We're only going to go, I think, 1 more season anyway. Let's go team friendly with this contract. See if he'll accept after that. But more importantly, I think we do need some offensive linemen. And I think we kind of just need like a guard. Onwenu's very good. I'll try to snag him if I can. Now, Derek Brown and Ed Oliver chilling in free agency. I think I'm going to grab one of them. It's going to be Ed Oliver. Well, I'll at least try to grab Ed Oliver. We are tied with the Lions, but we have quite a bit of interest. I'm going to leave that contract as it is. We could also sort of use a middle linebacker, but I don't really have the funds to get one. So maybe we look towards the draft here. I think we go ahead and do that. So let's see if we ended up getting any of those free agents. I don't actually want to advance the week either, so let me go do that this way by hitting left stick. We got nobody right away. We are still like the top team on all these guys though, so I'm going to try it again. We got Ed Oliver. Okay. And once again, we are still the top team on both of these guys. We got Justin Jefferson. Oh, that's huge. Now Onwenu. Can I bump up his contract maybe a little bit here? I actually can't. We have like no money. So we're probably not going to get Onwenu, but we might have to look into the draft then. Getting Justin Jefferson there might be a bit overkill, but I don't care. I just really don't care. We're going to get a ridiculous offense for this next year. It'll be really fun. Let's hop into the 2024 NFL draft. There's actually a couple positions I'm looking for, and we pick at number 24. I'm going to simulate straight there, though. We do have 2 first-round draft picks this year, right? Yeah, the second one's pick 30. Nice. All right, so let me look around a little bit and settle on a player. I do want a linebacker of some sort. I want to take a shot on one. So Andrew Tompkins, A, block shed, B, pursuit, B, tackling. Not good coverage, but he looks pretty good. And same thing down here with Marquez Murphy. A, pursuit, A, tackle, B, zone. I just don't know who I want to take out of these two. They both look super solid. Elite acceleration here from Murphy. A, play rec, A, pursuit, A, hit power. I think I'm going to go with Murphy. Hidden dev trait. Don't know if that's the right decision. We'll obviously check out the other guy. He still looks really good though. So I think we're going to have another rookie linebacker start for us this year. And then here at pick number 30, I'm in a weird spot right now in the draft. I want to take an offensive lineman because we still need like a guard to play for us. So I want to take a shot on one of these guys. I just don't know who just yet. Brandon Walls looks pretty good at center. He has A, pass block. Solid strength isn't that good though. That's the only thing I'm worried about. This guy down here also has A, pass block. We have a left guard over here who looks good. Nick Pitts looks solid. This guy down here is also not that bad. Scott Hamilton. What kind of strength do you got? Only solid. This is a tough pick. So let me look around a little bit here and decide on someone. What I'm going to do is we're going to select a player I know is good. We are going to take Leroy Crawford. Round 3 to 4 projection, so we're taking him a bit early, but all the offensive linemen I want have the same projection. So, we're going to get Crawford now. Round 1 talent, he looks very good. Normal dev, but I'm sure he's like a 75, 76 overall. Certainly not a bad player. He could play for us this year. We'll have to see what the D-line's looking like. He's definitely worth the pick, though. I know that much. So now, at this point, we need some kind of offensive lineman. So Nick Pitts looks pretty good, and so does Luke Herbert. I think Herbert looks a little better, though, because he has better strength. So I'm going to take him. Hidden dev trait. All right. He can probably start at guard. And I think if Pitts is available at number 30 in the 3rd round, we will take him. But if not, I'm good to have Herbert on the team as the starting right guard. Pitts is not available, but this receiver is. Dude, I honestly was considering taking this guy like last round. We just don't need him. But he's 6'5", with B catching. That's really not that bad. With great jumping as well, 4'4", 640, I'm going to take him. Yeah, hidden dev trade. This guy looks really good, actually, as like our number, 4 receiver at this point? I'm comfortable with that selection. Let's go to the end of the draft. Let's take a look at the recap. We got a 74. We actually got 3 of those, and then a 72. Not that bad. I can kind of like how that draft went then. Who's the best player in the class, though? I see a 79 down there, and he is the top player. Matthias Langham. This guy looked really weird, though, because he has good zone coverage, yeah, but his man coverage isn't super good. He's fast, though. He's a good athlete. Decent size, being 6 foot. He's not a bad corner. I would take him in a rebuild if I really needed a cornerback. This is a really good safety the Giants got in the 2nd round. Great receiver here in the 2nd round as well. But I don't think we did too badly. in that draft, all things considered. I forgot to take a look at the overall, the middle linebacker I was considering taking. So let me go try to find him real fast. Was the rookie this guy? Was it Andrew Tompkins? I feel like it was. Yeah, he has really bad zone coverage. This looks like him. Oh, this guy's great. What's his dev trait though? It is just star. Okay, so I don't think we did much worse, because our guy is hidden as well. I actually completely forgot we signed Onwenu, honestly, so we didn't even really need to get this offensive lineman. I'm still good with the selection, though. There wasn't much more I needed on this team, honestly. And I'm actually going to have this lineman start. He's going to play center. He has more potential than our current center, so he might end up being a higher overall at the end of the season. This will be the team for the final season. We might have to go ahead and sign like a backup running back, just to, get somebody else, so we don't only have 2 running backs on the roster. But, Justin Jefferson is here. We have CeeDee Lamb, a pair of X-Factor receivers for Lamar Jackson. Also, we have a 97 overall tight end for Jackson to throw to as well. This team is super good. Very good offensive line. J.K. Dobbins wasn't that great last year, but, I expect him to do at least the same this year. And this team actually might get a little bit better because Ed Oliver meant to move him to left end. I forgot to do this. Yeah, so the defense looking a little bit better at an 87 now. So here's what that side of the ball looks like. We have a new middle linebacker number 2 in Murphy. He might actually be middle linebacker number 1. Should we do that? I think I want to. I want him to develop as much as possible for this season. Ed Oliver starting at left end, Michael Pierce, and then the X-Factor Cooper are the D linemen. Marlon Humphrey up to X-Factor as well. A couple new superstars in this side of the ball. Asante Samuel Jr., Kyle Hamilton, and Dafe Owe all went up last year. This team's looking mighty fine, in my opinion. Let's see how they do for this 3rd season. We are chilling at the mid-season mark, 5-2 on top of the division, but it's actually really close. This is honestly anyone's division at this point. There are 2 players we can check out the development traits of. The center, who actually is not revealed yet. That's interesting. He needs 10 more snaps. We're going to wait till the end of the year. The suspense is killing me. No, but on defense, the linebacker has star. All right, so we really couldn't have went wrong with that selection between him and the middle linebacker. They both actually looked pretty solid. Pretty solid. Anyway, let's check who has to come back to the team. This might actually end up being the final season, but it's always nice to see. Got some money to spend here for sure. That sounds like a future me problem. So we're going to simulate to the end of the season. If I'm in the playoffs, awesome. Then we don't have to worry about that. But if I'm not in the playoffs, we might be stressing when it comes to funds. Let's see. Will I go horribly in debt? Oh my God, I will. We went 8-9. How did we implode so bad? What happened? We started off 4-0, then lost 2, won a game, lost 2 more, won 2 more, then lost 4 straight, beat the Giants, and then lost to the Chargers. Oh, that's such a horrible way to end this season. Well, Lamar Jackson, 5,700 yards. That's cool. 45 touchdowns, also great. 14 picks. A little bit too many for my liking, but still, that's a tremendous season. J.K. Dobbins, under 4 yards per carry, again, 10 touchdowns. Not a crazy good year, that's for sure. Justin Jefferson, though, talk about crazy good years. 128 catches, 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns. We had 4 receivers over 1,100 yards as well. This offense was moving, but just, I guess, couldn't get the job done. I don't know. Letting up quite a bit of sacks this year, but it's whatever. 149 tackles for the rookie. 16 tackles for loss, and then 20 sacks for this defensive end. Oh my God. 8 sacks for Dafe Owe, just not even close to Evan Cooper. What a season he had. 5 picks for Marlon Humphrey, 4 for Asante Samuel, 2 for Patrick Queen, Marquez Murphy, and then Sean Murphy Bunting, 1 for Marcus Williams. My cat's also scratching his scratching post in the background. I'm sorry if you can hear that. 2nd in the NFL on offense, and then 24th on defense. Desmond Ridder gonna win MVP. Lamar Jackson at number 3. Offensive Player of the Year is Justin Jefferson. Well deserved. Defensive Player of the Year goes to our defensive end, also very well deserved. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no one from the Ravens. Defensive Rookie of the Year is our linebacker. I don't get how this team didn't make the playoffs. I really don't. So, we're going to have to try to scrap together a team for one more season. That'll be tough. We're really not going to have much money. I would like CeeDee Lamb back on the team and Owe back on the team. This will be a tough one. I'll do my best, though. Broncos and Lions. That's an interesting Super Bowl. Super Bowl 59. Who's going to win? The Lions. 28-24. All right, well, let's check out the development trade upgrades. Should be some on this team. Mark Andrews is up to Superstar X Factor. Also, the center has star, and that receiver also down there has star. On the defense, the D-end would go up if he could, for sure. Asante Samuel Jr. is up to Superstar X Factor. He actually, you know, turned out to be a really good addition to the team. All right, our linebacker's up to Superstar as well. This guy is so good, man. He has 3 experience points. He's just something else. All I gotta say, he's just absolutely something else. Let's go to the offseason and see if we can scavenge together the funds to bring back a few of these guys. We can probably franchise tag at least one. So I'll do my best to do that. We have $37 million. Asante Samuel Jr. is a free agent. No, I actually really want him. He has a lot of interest in joining the team, and he will be doing that. So 30 mil now. Can we get Owe back? We can. All right, we got Owe, we got Asante Samuel. 18 mil. Is there anyone else I want to go after before I try to get CeeDee Lamb? Because I think we might just franchise tag CeeDee Lamb. Michael Pierce, I actually don't really care that much about. He's an 86. He's good. Rashad Bateman, he's also pretty good, but the third receiver on this team, we have his replacement already. So let me try to get CeeDee Lamb on the team. He's not going to accept this, but we should be able to franchise tag him and just completely bankrupt ourselves. So we're going to do that. Negative $8.9 million. I don't care, though. CeeDee Lamb is still going to be a member of the Ravens. Let's just take a look at free agency, even though I can't get anyone, just to see who's here. Najee Harris, Kendall Fuller, Jalen Waddle, DeAndre Hopkins. So we could have probably replaced CeeDee Lamb with one of these receivers, but I want to bring back the X Factor if I'm able to. Let's take another look at the team just to see what the holes are. I want to identify them so we can kind of target in the draft. So, on the offense, don't actually think there are any holes, but the offensive line's looking good. Receiving core is looking good. J.K. Dobbins is still going to be the running back. That's fine. And then on the defense, we could still use a D lineman. I mean, we do have Jones here as well. So we do have someone who can play, if necessary. But I don't mind trying to draft a D lineman. Cornerbacks I still like. Safeties I like. Linebackers I like. So I think we just kind of need a D lineman. And that's like the main thing for this team. Maybe a running back if I find like a generational guy. I just don't think it's going to happen. This is definitely a generational cornerback though. Melvin Pirine. So you know what we could actually do here? Try to get him. Trade Sean Murphy Bunting for a D lineman. I like that. I definitely like that. There's a ton of D-line talent in this class too. But I don't mind the idea of trying to trade up for that cornerback and just taking him like number 1 overall. Let's start the NFL draft. Our draft pick shouldn't be that bad this year. We pick at number 14. We do have to trade up with the Houston Texans though. So let's go try to do that. Just realized this might be impossible because we have negative $12 million in cap space. So hang on. Is there any way I can get rid of someone to relieve some of this cap space? I have been looking for so long to get a trade to go through, but we got one. All right, listen. I'm getting rid of Marcus Williams. That sucks, but I need to make more cap. So Marcus Williams, Sean Murphy Bunting, and Onwenu going to the Patriots for Kyle Duggar. He can replace Marcus Williams. Christian Barmore, he's our D lineman that we needed. And I got a decent enough offensive lineman to replace Onwenu. Now, we're able to trade up. We got ourselves a first-round draft pick and a third-round draft pick in this draft and then a second next year to move up with the Buccaneers. So all that moving around allows me to take this cornerback who looks generational. So we're going to go ahead and snag my man Melvin Pirine. Looks like a baller. Welcome to the team. Hidden dev trait, 93 speed and jumping, 94 agility, 92 change of direction, 90 acceleration. Looks like a great prospect. Sucks a little bit we had to get rid of Marcus Williams, but I needed to clear up some cap space. I'm going to look for another offensive lineman as well. Maybe we can find another hidden development guy here. Like maybe Tyrone Wooten. B pass, B run block doesn't look that bad. So let me look around a little, and then I'll come back with some draft pick. The draft pick is going to be Lionel Weston. B run block, B to D pass, and he has great strength. Hidden dev trait, 91 strength. He can play right guard for us. So then we kind of replaced everybody then that we got rid of. I just got that offensive lineman from the Patriots in case I wasn't able to get a starting caliber guy in the draft. but I was, so we're chilling. I think I still needed to get rid of Onwenu to create more cap space. Let's take a look at the guys we drafted, though. What is this cornerback all about? 81 overall. Really hope that's generational. 74 overall right guard as well. Best player in the class does go to our corner by a large margin as well. So that's super nice. This will be the team then for the final season. We have an 89 overall, 91 offense, 88 defense. And also Weston is certainly playing there. This offense is still so good, man. We have 4 superstar X Factors: Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews. J.K. Dobbins is an 87. Hopefully he can have a good year. This offensive line still looking very good, in my opinion, anchored by the left tackle, Ronnie Stanley. And then on the defense, we have reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Cooper. He's so good. We have 2 superstar X Factor corners, probably 3 with Pirine here. Kyle Duggar is now the starting free safety, so a downgrade over Marcus Williams. But I think the team is looking really solid everywhere else. We only have 45 players on the roster, but the computer should be able to snag me a couple guys in free agency. So I will see you at the end of the year. Come on, man, give me a playoff berth, please. Let's go. We're 12-5 in the playoffs. Not in first place in this division. 12-5 as well for the Bengals. 10-7 for the Browns. How did Lamar Jackson play this year? Probably shouldn't be too different. 5,068 yards, 43 touchdowns, 6 picks. Lamar Jackson is so good. J.K. Dobbins was a lot better this year. 19 touchdowns, 4.4 yards per carry. Justin Jefferson doing his thing. 1,600 yards exactly, 14 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb also very good. Mark Andrews, 10 touchdowns, not bad at all. Sacks allowed, really not many, I'll take it. 143 tackles for Marquez Murphy. 17 tackles for loss for Evan Cooper. 14 for Owe. Cooper got 17 sacks. Owe got 10. 4 picks for Kyle Hamilton and Asante Samuel. 2 for Melvin Pirine, the rookie, Patrick Queen, and Marlon Humphrey. And then 1 for Owe, Murphy, Duggar, and Armour Davis. 10th in the NFL on offense this year. Defensively, we were 29th. Yeah, makes sense. Whatever. Dude, it's so hard to get a top defense in terms of yardage. Lamar Jackson will win another MVP. Obviously not another MVP in this video, but just in general, right? That's sick. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Jonathan Taylor. Justin Jefferson, Lamar Jackson at 5 and 6. Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Garrett, but Cooper at number 4. Dude, he's so good. Odafe Owe at number 10 as well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we have Jamie Parker at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to the corner. It's very nice to see. Let me also go ahead and check out what his development trait is before I forget. I'm sure he has Superstar X Factor. If that's the case, though, we got 3 X Factor corners on this team. This team is just filled with Superstar X Factor players. He does have X Factor. Oh my god. This cornerback core is so good. Okay. Also, Weston didn't play this year, I guess. I guess the depth chart just got all messed up somehow. That's fun. Who's this guy? Evan Watson. Hidden dev right ends. I mean, alright. Not a bad looking prospect. Anyway, though, let's start simulating in the playoffs. We made it to the conference championship a couple years ago. Can we make it back there again? Taking on Josh Allen and his Bills. This will be a tough game. And we will win 30-27, just barely. Also, there's a look at Zach James, 95 overall. Of course, the same draft class as our defensive tackle. But let's see, can we take them down? We can, 21-18. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Going up against Devontae Adams and his Raiders. Can we finally make it to a Super Bowl? We can, and we have to take on 2,000-yard rusher Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers. Let's check out development trade upgrades before I hop into this game. Really hope we can take down the Panthers. This would be massive. But on the offense, no one is up. That's fine. Let me see what the depth trait, though, of Weston is. His development trait is not revealed, obviously, because he really didn't play all that much this season. It's whatever, though. His depth trait, probably just star. It is. I'm not going to check out the rest. They're probably all just star as well. But on the offense, no one is up in depth trait. On the defense, I think Owe is up. So is Kyle Hamilton. There's so many X factors on this side of the ball. It's actually kind of ludicrous. But let's hop into the game against the Panthers. I have actually not won a Super Bowl yet this year. Can this change the tide? Can we actually win a Super Bowl here? Against Carolina. They have Khalil Mack, I think that said. Interesting. That was the only player I actually noticed on that left side. But let's fully super sim everything here. I don't want to play any of the Super Bowl. I don't want to impact it anyway at all. So let's go to the end of the game. Can we win? Who's going to strike first? It'll be the Panthers, 7-0. They're driving down the field again, 10-0. 10-7, got a long pass there, I think. 14-10 now. 17-14, it's a very close Super Bowl at the moment. 24-14, we got to score some points. 24-17, can we score again? No, we cannot. We're going to lose 24-17 to the Carolina Panthers. That really sucks, but I think this was a super good team. We developed a lot of these younger guys, I think. Kyle Hamilton is looking like a stud. Odafe Owe also looking like a stud. We drafted a superstar X Factor, actually 2 of them. But that first guy we drafted, Cooper, like a 99 overall at this point. Just insane. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.